We got Too Short in the building. Welcome back to VladTV, West Coast legend. Been dropping hit records for decades. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like now's a good time to, pop my collar a little bit. I'm getting ready to drop a new album. Hip hop has all these boundaries of age and where you from and who you with. And I'm just like, I'm always been a champion of hip hop doing what the fuck it wants to do. So I'm in that space right now where I'm hip hop doing what the fuck I want to do.
Hell yeah. I feel like you've always been in that space, so.
Well, I'm talking age-wise mostly.
Okay.
Like to be my age and to still be hungry and doing the best you could do and jumping on planes, doing shows and, in the studio every other day.
Facts.
That part.
Facts. Speaking of, your studio is beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, it's just a vibe.
Yeah, this is my latest, greatest, facility, but I've been doing this since I was a youngster. I had dope spots in Oakland, on 2 different occasions, Atlanta, 2 different locations, you know what I'm saying? And LA, 2 different locations. This is my second location in LA.
Are they as big as this though?
This is the biggest facility I've ever had, only because I just came across this huge building.
Okay.
But we don't need this much space, and I could have did something that feels just like this in a much smaller space. But yeah, this has been the biggest one. But they all, I would say that the studios here are really good, but they're not better than the studios I had when I was in Atlanta. But at the same time, this is more of a digital age.
For sure.
And I got all the best digital shit you could want. I mean, everything. This is not something that you just move into and you just hook it up. This is something that literally, I got the building in 2015. I did some stuff to it. Next year, 2016, we did some more stuff. And every year we kind of added. And we were really literally, this building is so big, we were literally just building one room at a time. And the reason why I did it like that was because I wanted the building to have a certain character that you couldn't get if you built it all at the same time. Because if you built it all at the same time, it would have that vibe.
Right.
So if you waited 6 months, do another section, finish it, wait 6 months, do another section. And sometimes it was different little crews coming in, different artists coming in. And it just when you walk through the building, the entire building, it's like a Too Short museum.
Right.
And my inspiration, which I don't think I came anywhere near, not even trying to, but my inspiration is Paisley Park, Prince, and just how he would have a place for his friends to come to and enjoy his, invitation and come into his world and stuff. So that's what the vibe is.
For sure. Is it exclusive only?
Yeah, no, people all the time come and say, how much for studio time, man? Hey, I want to come down and use you. I'm like, nope, this is like my house. There ain't no hourly rate or can't book nothing. And if I do let you use it, it's because you my homie and I let you use it. That's
Facts.
The only way you can use it.
Facts. I know you said the Mickey shirt was intentional. Can you explain that?
Well, I'm a father now.
Oh, that's why?
And I actually recently went to Disneyland with my daughter, and I didn't wear this shirt or anything, but that's the vibe I'm kicking off right now. I didn't want to really talk about it, but.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just wondering.
But at the same time, the shirt was intentional. I'm like, Too Short talking about pimp shit, bitch shit. And I say, look at Too Short with a Mickey Mouse shirt on.
I love it. Okay, well, 35 years ago, 1987, you dropped Born to Mac album. Mm-hmm. Signed a major deal with Jive Records. Just talk about that era. And obviously, you're celebrating the anniversary this year, but yeah.
Well, I had when I signed to Jive Records, I was probably 8 years into being a rapper. From probably, I don't know, I was like 14, 15 when I really got rolling. And then when I signed to Jive, I might have been 21, 22, 21, somewhere in there, 1988. In 87, when I made my third album, my 4th album, the first 3 had been underground albums on a label that was called 75 Girls Records. And it was owned by a dude named Dean Hodges. He from Acorn Projects in West Oakland. Dean was a well-known street hustler who did good. And he was upper echelon in the hustling world. And he wasn't the kind of guy who was loud and wild or the kind of person who was in the streets a lot. He just he handled his business and was in his own world. So through his little brother, I got plugged with Dean, and Dean he wasn't just trying to do hip hop. He was just trying to be in the music industry as a label. He wanted to be a label. So he brought all these people around, musicians, singers. He had me in the house, and we had engineers and all kind of, just it was a professional setup. Everybody had came from somewhere where they were really good at what they're doing. Right. I had been rapping at that time for about 5 years, and I was ready. I had enough songs. I was ready, and Dean was the one who showed me and where I got my feet wet on how to go to the studio, get the song recorded, mixed down, how to get it mastered, where to take it to get manufactured, where to take it to the distribution, how to double back, go pick up your money, how to go to certain stores and have a relationship with certain stores and you don't even need distribution. You just take it to the store yourself. And literally, whether you leave it with them or they just pay you cash on the spot, it's like selling dope. You just go around, you sell the music. So when I signed to Jive, I had those years with 75 Girls Records of learning how to do it. And then after 75 Girls Records, I got my own crew together and we did it ourselves and under a company called Dangerous Music. And then Jive came along and I was happy with the independent hustle. I was happy with how far I was going. I wasn't really trying to be a mega star. I felt like I could make good music and I like my lifestyle. It was cool. I was probably the equivalent of a rapper who's very popular, but only regional, not all over the country or all over the world, just in a certain pocket. And I was very popular in that pocket. And then Jive Records heard about it, came along, offered us a deal. And, even the money and everything, it wasn't even about that because we were like, everybody in my crew was having money and we were getting it and it was like, we were more enticed by the idea of national distribution.
Right.
On a bigger scale.
What bag did they have for you?
It was hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was cool. It was nothing. They weren't offering us more money than we already had. So, I've always been a trailblazer for Bay Area music.
Right.
And I feel like I wasn't thinking like that at the time, but by me signing to Jive Records and, being one of probably the first rapper from the Bay to go to a major label, it just opened the floodgates for others to go, man, I think I'm gonna jump in, which as everybody jumped in, a few of them did go to Jive Records, Spice One, E40, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people like Ant Banks came along with me. Pooh Man did an album through Jive. I can't think of everybody that did, but like guys like UGK,
right.
Pimp C came to me and said, we signed to Jive because Jive had Too Short.
That's fire.
I signed to Jive because they had Kumo D and Houdini.
Right.
You know what I mean? And those guys were like hot.
Right.
And so, it just made sense that as my music was growing, it was time to like get that major distribution. So